Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJO Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch Advanced. The 1980 season is on the air. Today's date is July 13th, 1980. We are at Memorial Stadium for a big American League matchup between the Kansas City Royals and the Baltimore Orioles. The Royals come into this game a record of 57-26. They have the best record in baseball. They lead the American League West. The Baltimore Orioles 52-29. They are behind the New York Yankees in the American League East. The Orioles should make the postseason, barring any collapse. This is now the beginning of the third schedule block, as now we will only show teams that are in the playoff hunt, as I have removed teams that are below the .475 line. So we got a good matchup here between the Royals and the Orioles here at Memorial Stadium, and hopefully we get a good one. The lovely Barbara, Ernest Cruz, and Art Shekel are first to join us here at Memorial Stadium. The Royals historically won this game 5-1. They had 14 hits and no errors. The Orioles had 7 hits and 1 error. We'll see what happens tonight, as Inside Pitch, we always know, has a mind of its own. So hopefully we'll have an exciting matchup here, as Ben Witz now joins us here at Memorial Stadium. So the Royals and the Orioles, two teams that could. Is this a possible division series preview in the postseason? Well, who knows? But these two teams have good pitching. They got good fielding, pretty good hitting too. So we'll see how this goes tonight. And let's get started. Starting pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles tonight is Mike Flanagan. We've seen him before. 16 wins, 13 losses, a 4.12 ERA in 80. We are at Memorial Stadium. This is a neutral ballpark in favor of hitters or pitchers. No adjustments to anything. The only chance to rob a home run is if the ball is up to center field. The walls are too high in left and right. So, the Royals and the Orioles. Good matchup tonight here at Memorial. Not an empty seat anywhere here at Memorial Stadium. They know this is a big game, and it should be exciting. I hope so. We've had some good ones lately. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Royals, left fielder Willie Wilson. 326 average, 3 homers, 49 RBIs, and 80. We're going to use orange, white, and black dice. Orioles are the home team. Good crowd on hand, and everyone's still settling into the chat. Let's get the third schedule block of the 1980 season underway. Flanagan, 2-8, strikeout, 16 will miss. Wilson, 6-8, and that is powered into left field. That's a 6, and against the lefty, Wilson's going to lead off with a double. So Wilson starts off the hitting with a double to start the game. And here's the shortstop, UL Washington, 273 average, 6 homers, 53 RBIs. Wilson already at second. He'll stay there. Flanagan, 2-7. Walk, 19 is going to miss. Washington, a 2-6, and that's a fly to left field. Getting to there will be Benny Ayala, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Does Wilson take third? 7-3, and he will not. He will hold at second base. And now the third baseman, one of the greatest of all time, Mr. George Brett. Some people say the greatest third baseman, but I still give the nod to Schmidt. 390 average, though, 24 homers, 118 RBIs. Maybe Brett's best season as a player. Strategy roll, nothing on the 12 as XSG2 joins us here at Memorial Stadium. Flanagan, 6-2, walk 6, and that will be ball 4. We just walked him. So he'll walk Brett, and that will be the first walk for Flanagan. He had 68 of them in 80. And now the center fielder, Amos Otis. Always felt one of the more underrated players in history. 251 average, 10 homers, 53 RBIs in 80. Strategy roll, that is a 4. Wilson gets the jump to go to third. Let's see, 18 -1 is 17, and Dempsey -1 is a 16. He had 79 steals. Why not? A 1-17, he is safe. And he is. Matter of fact, he didn't even throw. That is a 3. No way he even takes it. So Wilson now gets the third base, and that makes a possible sacrifice fly. Could make the difference. Re-roll the strategy, and nothing on the 17 this time. So Wilson does steal third. That's his first stolen base of the game. Flanagan will deal. The infield is going to play at double play depth, though. Flanagan, 3-3 against the righty. It's a blank. Otis, 7-8, and that's a ground ball to short. Does he turn to double play? I don't think so. That is a 3. Hit +1 is a 4. Flanagan +2 is a 6. The only play, if they were at double play depth, George Brett will make second base. The throw will go to first for the out, but Wilson will come in to score, and it's 1-0. They did try to turn a double play. Otis does hit into some, but that 3 is going to be a little bit too low, and the Royals get on the board, and the stolen base definitely comes through. But Brett is now on at second, and that will bring up the designated hitter, Hal McRae. 297 average, 14 homers, 83 RBIs. McRae was a solid player. John Haverly and Doug Hunt join us here at Memorial Stadium. Brett stays at second. Flanagan, 3-5, strikeout. 18 will be too high. McRae, 3-6, and that's a ground ball to short. That'll be taken care of by Kiko Garcia, and he'll throw to first to get the out. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 steal, and we'll go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Kansas City Royals tonight is Larry Gura, one of the better pitchers that year. 18 wins, 10 losses, but a 2.95 ERA. Gura, probably the ace of the Royals in the 80s. Leading off for the Orioles, center fielder Al Bumbry. I put him in the Hall of Very Good. 318 average, 9 homers, 53 RBIs. Bumbry was an absolutely steady player. Gura, 6-1 against the lefties. Strikeout. The 13 will be too high. Bumbry, 6-2. It's a line drive right to third. That's gloved by Brett, and that's out number 1. Next batter is the third baseman, Rich Dower. 284 average, 2 homers, 63 RBIs. Gura, 6-7, error on a booted ball. Dower, 4-3. That's a ground ball to third. That ball is hit to Brett. His error rating is a 13. That's an 11. He's going to boot it, and Dower will be safe. So that's going to be an E5 on Brett. That's the first error on the Royals. They did not have any in the game in real life. Dower will make it to first as Brett makes an error. Next batter is the right fielder, Ken Singleton. 304 average, 24 homers, 104 RBIs. Another good player, actually. Philip Reynolds joins us here at Memorial Stadium. Infield at double play. And David Vega, of course, at Memorial Stadium. Strategy roll for Dower. He ain't going anywhere. Gura, 6-5 against the switch right walk. And that's ball 4. He'll walk Singleton. So now Gura in a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the first. First walk given up by Gura. He had 70 of them that year. And now the first baseman, Hall of Famer, and I say one of the greatest of all time, Eddie Murray. 300 average, 32 homers, 116 RBIs that year. I'm pretty sure no one here will have an objection if I do say that Eddie Murray was one of the greatest of all time. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 17. Murray will swing. Murray will swing away. Gura, a 7-2 pickoff. 7. Yes, he picked off Singleton. That is a pickoff 1. He'll get Singleton at first. That's out number 2. Singleton is picked off by Gura. So Singleton is out, and I will re-roll the strat. I'm not going to the ball. I'm going to re-roll because it's different now. And that's a 15, and nothing will happen there. Gura will pitch. Gura, 5-6. That's a blank. Murray, 6-1, and it is a grounder to second base. That'll be handled by Frank White. And White will throw to first and retire the side. No runs, no hits, a walk, and an error. But Singleton makes his own error by falling asleep at first base. 1-0 Royals after 1. Ryan Sullivan joins us here at Memorial Stadium. Top of the second, leading off is the catcher, John Wathan. 305 average, 6 homers, 58 RBIs. I thought Wathan was solid. Flanagan, 6'3", range play 13, 14, no. Wathan, 7-1, that's powered into center field, that's a 10. And against the lefty, that's going to be a triple. And because it's not a range play, Wathan will have a triple. Wow. A range play would have been a chance, but John Wathan will get his first hit of the game. It's a 3-bagger. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Willie Aikens, 278 average, 20 homers, 98 RBIs in 80. And I'm sure that's got to be Steeler fan trying to get my mom again. Infield's going to play in. Wathan on at third. And see if anything happening on the strat. And the 19 says no. Flanagan, 5'3", and 5'3", possible home run against the lefty. Aikens needs a 15. With a runner on base, +1 is a 16. And that's a 13, and that is gone. Kaboom! That ball is pretty high. That ball is pretty deep. And that ball is pretty well gone. Home run, Willie Aikens. Stadium groans. 2-run bomb by Willie Aikens. And it's 3-0 Royals. As Aikens will go ahead. He had 20 of them, very capable of hitting one out. And he'll go ahead and hit that one as Flanagan pitched him an absolute grapefruit, and Aikens turned that into fruit salad. Still no one out, but now 3-0 Royals. Next batter, the second baseman, Frank White, 264 average, 7 homers, 60 RBIs. Flanagan will deal. 3-6, error, foul grounder at the park. Memorial Stadium, 8-8. And that's a possible home run to center field against the lefty. White needs a 13. With the bases empty, it stays a 13. That's a 17. It's not going to be a home run. It's a high fly ball to center, and Al Bunbury's going to make the catch near the wall, and that's going to be out number 1. Almost back-to-back jacks. The next batter is the right fielder, Rusty Torres. He gets the call in this game today. A 167 average and 3 RBIs in 80. Only played in 51 games for the Royals. Torres is in right field for this game. Flanagan, 7-3, strikeout. 15 is just going to miss. Torres, 1-8. It's a fly to right. Easy play for Ken Singleton. And that'll be the second out. Be cool if you could insert some vid to go along and accept streaming. So, I mean, I probably could, but I kind of like the way it is. It's a lot easier. Next batter is Wilson. He led off the game with a double. He's 1 for 1. Flanagan will pitch. Flanagan, 1-6 against the switch right. It's a blank. Wilson, 1. And Wilson's going to hit one into center field, and that's going to be a straight-up triple. Wilson's going to get a triple. He'll hold it third. That is the second triple hit by the Royals in this game. And now here's Underwriters Laboratories. He's 0 for 1. Wilson got his triple. He does have his double. He can get a single. A home run would be kind of difficult for him to get it. Strategy roll for Wilson. He'll stay put. Flanagan will pitch. Flanagan, 7-2, error on a booted ball. Washington, 3-6. That's a ground ball to second base. That ball is hit to Len Sakata. His error rating is a 5. That's a 15. Sakata will get it, and he will throw it over to first and retire the side. 2 runs, 3 hits, a 2-run bomb by Willie Aikens. We go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Orioles, left fielder Benny Ayala, 265 average, 10 homers, 33 RBIs in 80. Gura, 7-1. That's an automatic out. It's a grounder to second base, easily handled there by White. And White over to first. Here's the designated hitter, Lee May, 243 average, 7 homers, 31 RBIs in 80. Gura, 6-4, strikeout 10, got him. That's the first strikeout for Gura. He had 113 of them that year. And here's the catcher, Rick Dempsey, excellent catcher. 262 average, 9 homers, 40 RBIs. He could have a decent year hitting. Hitting really wasn't his strong point, but Dempsey could definitely play behind the plate. Gura, 6-1 against a righty. It's blank. Dempsey, 2-3. High fly ball to left, but an easy play for Willie Wilson. And he'll make the catch. Retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the O's. 3-0 Royals after 2. We go to the third. And it will be Mr. George Brett leading off. Walked his first time up. Pitch from Flanagan. 1-3. Range play at the park. Memorial Stadium. 6-5. And that's a foul pop-up behind the plate to the catcher. And that's Dempsey's. Dempsey's range is a 5. And that's a 3. He'll make the play, and that's out number 1. So Brett pops out behind the plate. And now here's Otis. Otis is 0 for 1. Flanagan, an 8-8 hit by pitch, -5. Otis is a 9. -5 will make him a 4. That is a 9. So because Flanagan didn't hit that many, he doesn't get it. Otis, 4-4. It's a fly to right field. It'll be Singleton to track that down for out number 2. And here's McRae. McRae is 0 for 1. Flanagan deals. 3-1, walk, ball 4. He'll walk McRae easily. Although he didn't draw that many, but that will be a walk. That will be the second walk given up by Flanagan. And now Wathan, the batter. Wathan got a triple his first time up. McRae on it first. He had 10 steals. And that is an 11. He won't go. Flanagan. 3-2. Range play 13. That's an 18. No. Wathan. 2-1. That's a grounder to shortstop. That'll be easily picked up there by Kiko Garcia. And he's going to throw to first to get Wathan. And that will retire the side. Nothing across except a walk. We'll go to the bottom of the third as Flanagan finally has a clean inning, even though he did give up the walk. Leading off for the Orioles, the shortstop, Kiko Garcia, 199 average, a homer, 27 RBIs in 80. Gura, 3-2, strikeout, and he will get Garcia. Second strikeout for Gura, 1 away. And here's the second baseman, Len Sakata, 193 average, a homer, 9 RBIs in 80. Only played in 43 games for the Orioles that year. Gura, 7-4. That's an automatic out. It will be a fly to left. Willie Wilson will pick that up, and he'll get it 2 down. Next batter is Bumbry. Bumbry is 0 for 1. Pull up a chair host joins us here at Memorial Stadium. I'm pretty sure that I know for a fact this is your first time here. So welcome to the network, sir. I've never, or if it is or if you had a different name before known as Pull Up a Chair, okay, you'll have to tell me who it was with YouTube changing everything. Gura, 7-4, strikeout 6, and swing and a miss. Struck him out. He gets Bumbry. That is the third K for Gura. and a 1-2-3 inning. 3-0 Royals after 3. John Alexander. Okay. Yes, John Alexander. Okay, so yes. Very interested in IPA. You definitely should be interested in Inside Pitch Advanced. For those of you who really don't know, are still on the fence about it, give it a crack, really. I think it's the best game. I think it's the most exciting game you can play. Top of the 4th, Willie Aikens leads off for the Royals, and he hit a bomb his first time up. He's 1-for-1. Flanagan, 1-2, strikeout 3. He'll get Aikens. And that will be Flanagan's first K of the game. He had 128 of them in 80. Here's White. White is 0-for-1. Flanagan will pitch. Flanagan, 7-7. That's a blank. White, 4-2. Base hit to left field. White hits a single to left. He'll hold it first. That's his first hit of the game. It will now bring up Torres. Infield set for double play. Strategy roll for White. That is a 13. He's not doing anything. Flanagan, 3-4 against the switch right. It's a blank. Torres, 3-2. And that's a ground ball to third. 6 hit the third is a 0. Flanagan +2 is an 8. Torres is a 14. That will not be a double play. The 8 will be higher than White. And that will be a fielder's choice. 2 down. So 2 outs now for Wilson. Wilson is 2-for-2, a double and a triple. Torres on it first. Sports Time Machine. Utah Mike joins us here at Memorial Stadium. Strategy roll for Torres. And he gets the jump, but he's not going anywhere. 5 - 1 is 4. He had 1 stolen base. I'm thinking that's a failed hit and run. So he ain't going. Flanagan, 8-3 against the switch right. It's a blank. Wilson, 5-6, and it's grounded to first. That'll be handled by Murray. And Murray will take it to the bag himself and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Royals. And we will go to the bottom of the 4th. Rich Dower leads off for the Black and Orange Birds. He reached on an error his first time up. Gura, 5-5, strikeout, 18 will be high. Dower, 4-7, that's pumped up to short, and UL Washington says he'll get it, and he will, and that's the first out. Next batter is Singleton. Singleton walked his first time up. Gura with the deal. 8-3, error, foul, grounder at the park. Memorial Stadium, 2-8, and that is a fly ball to right field. That's not going to be an error. That's going to be a fly out to right field. That'll be handled by Torres, and he'll make the catch for the second out. And now eat, drink, and be Murray. Murray is 0-for-1. Gura, 6-6, that's a blank. Murray, 7-6, and that's a fly to left field. Easy play there for Willie Wilson. He'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3-0 after 4 in favor of the Royals. We go to the 5th. Underwriters Laboratories Washington leads off. He's 0-for-2. Flanagan can pitch to 30 batters, and Gura can pitch to 34. Flanagan will deal. Flanagan, 5-5, walk, 9. That's ball 4. He walked him. That'll be the third walk given up by Flanagan. And now here's Brett. Brett is 0-for-1. Got a walk. Infield set for double play. Washington had 20 stolen bases. That's a 16. He's not going. Flanagan, 3-3 against the lefty. Strikeout, no. Brett, 4-4, and against the lefty, that's going to be a fly out to right. Going after that is Singleton, and he'll put it away for the out. Next batter is Otis. Otis is 0 for 2. Washington at first, and he will stay there. Flanagan, 2-3. Range play 13. That's a 2. Yes. Otis, 5-3. It's a fly ball to right field. That's going after Ken Singleton. Not who you want it hit to. His range is a 1. That's a 2. We won't get it. That's a 14. That's not going to fall into Flanagan's double range play double rating. That will just be a base hit. Washington will automatically hold at second, as Singleton almost got to it, but not quite. And now runners at first and second with an out. Still one out here in the top of the fifth. Here comes McRae. And McRae is 0 for 1 with a walk. Washington on at second. Otis on at first. Strategy. Nothing on the 4. Flanagan. 6-6. Strikeout 11. That just missed. McRae. 5-3. And McRae's going to bring in at least 1. That's going to be a double to center field. Washington will score. Double to center for Otis. 7-6, and he will come around and he will also score. Otis will score. McRae holds at second. It's 5-0 Royals. Stadium groans. 2 RBI double for McRae. He'll hold at second. And the batter now is Watson. Watson is 1 for 2 with a triple. Still one out here, top of the fifth. Royals now have a 5-0 lead, so they now have the 5 runs they historically scored. Strategy, nothing on the 10. Flanagan, 3-4 against the righty. It's a blank. Watson, 8-4. That's a ground ball to short. That's going to get picked up by Garcia. The throw goes to first, and McRae... Oh, no, that's an 8. That's a possible play at third base, I believe. Hold on. I wanted to double check, I think, of that rule. Yeah, roll of 8. Defense makes play on runner going to third. So McRae is they're going to try to make a play at third base. I don't know why they would do that. You're trying to get outs, but okay. So re-roll the 1D8. If higher than the base runner rating, runner out at third, otherwise safe at third, and fielder's choice batter. So... McRae has a base running rating of 5. So a 1 to 5, McRae's going to be safe at third. That's an 8. He's out. So they get McRae at third base. Watson will make first. So that will go as a fielder's choice. So now 2 outs. I still don't know why they got him anyway, but that might not have been a great idea. Here's Akins. Akins is 1 for 2 with a bomb. 2 men down. Ground ball to short. Nice play by Garcia, who threw to Dower, who was soon to be right there. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 11. Flanagan. 6-6. Strikeout 9. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He'll get Akins. And that will retire the side. That's a second strikeout for Flanagan. But 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Benny Ayala leads off for Beemore. He's 0 for 1. 5-0 in favor of the Crown Royals. Gura, 7-3, strikeout 10. Cold strike 3 on Ayala. He doesn't like the call, but he's going to have to live with it. That's the third K for Gura, 1 out. Next batter is May. May is 0 for 1. Gura will go ahead and pitch. Gura, 5-2. That's a pitcher result. And that is an 8. And against a righty, that is a possible home run. That is a possible home run against the lefty. May needs a 12. -2 from Gura with the bases empty. So a 1 to 10. A 1 to 10. May gets the Orioles on the board. No, it's a 20. May, 5-7. And he's going to line it right to short, and that's going to be gloved by Washington, 2 outs. Wow, May does not get it. Gura pitched him a meatball, but May couldn't really do anything. He got a lot of it, but he couldn't lift it over the infield. 2 outs. Here's Dempsey. Dempsey is 0 for 1. Gura will deal. Gura, 6-4, strikeout, 19 will miss. Dempsey, 2-6. It's a fly ball to left. And that'll be handled by Willie Wilson. He'll make the catch and retire the side. Nothing across for the O's. 5-0 in favor of the Royals. We go to the 6th. Seen a crap load of bad base running in baseball recently. Yeah. So you could believe it. Yeah, you could. We go to the 6th. And Frank White leads off. He is 1 for 2 with a single. Flanagan will pitch. Flanagan, 5-4. That's an automatic out, and it will be a ground out to short, handled by Garcia. And he'll toss it over for out number 1. Here's Torres. Torres is 0 for 2. Flanagan, 8-6. Strikeout. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He'll get Torres. And that is the 3rd K for Flanagan. And now Wilson. Wilson is 2 for 3, a double and a triple. Triple. Flanagan, 3-8 against the switch right. That's a blank. Wilson, 2-2. And Wilson is getting a 3rd hit of the game. And that's going to be a double to center field. Wilson smacks his 2nd double of the game. And that's his 3rd hit. He's 3 for 4. It'll bring up UL. Washington is 0 for 2 with a walk. Flanagan can pitch to 2 more batters before he retires. This could be his last inning. Strategy rolls are off. Flanagan, 8-2, strikeout, 8, and he got him. He'll get out of the inning, and that will do it there. 4th strikeout for Flanagan. No runs and a hit for the Royals. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Gura on the mound. Leading off for the O's will be Kiko Garcia, and he's 0 for 1. 5-0 Royals. Gura, 3-7. That's at the park. Memorial Stadium, 5-7, and that's going to be a grounder to second base. That'll be taken care of there by Frank White, and he'll throw to first for the out. Next up is Sakata. Sakata is 0 for 1. Gura will deal. Gura, 4-6. Range play 13. That's a 10. Yes. Sakata, 8-5. And that is a fly ball to center field. Going after that is Amos Otis. His range is a 4. That's a 1. He makes the catch. 2 down. Nice play by Otis. Fly out to center, but Otis makes the play. And now here's Bunbury. Bunbury is 0 for 2. Gura, he will pitch. Gura, 3-1. Strikeout, 1. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that will end the inning. That is the 4th K for Gura. And nothing across for the Orioles. 5-0 after 6. We go to the 7th. Leading off for KC will be George Brett, and he is 0 for 2 with a walk. Flanagan is going to pitch to Brett. I think that's going to be it for him. He'll be tired after Brett, though. Flanagan, 5-7, and wild pitch. No, that's a blank. Brett, 6-7, and it's a high fly to center field. Easy play for Bunbury, and Bunbury will get it for out number 1. Next batter is Otis. That's going to be it for Flanagan. He is done. He'll leave with the L. And they're going to bring in a righty here to pitch to Otis. So let's see who they're going to have here for the Orioles. Let's see. So let's see. Got to need a righty. So M13, M11, M3. And I believe it's actually, no, it's late innings, really. So late innings. Let's see. Stoddard would not. I wouldn't bring in Stoddard in this situation. So we're going to go with. Coming on to pitch for the Orioles is going to be Dave Ford. 1 win, 3 losses, 1 save, a 4.26 ERA. I would not bring in Stoddard in the situation. It's not a save situation. So Dave Ford will pitch, and he can pitch to 10 batters. So here's Otis. So Dave Ford, the new pitcher for the Orioles here. 5-0 in favor of the Royals. Ford, 4-4. That's an automatic out. It'll be a fly to center field. That'll be taken care of there by Bunbury for out number 2. And now McRae. And McRae is 1 for 2, doubled and walked. Ford will pitch. Ford, 8-1. That's a blank. McRae, 8-8. That's powered into right field. That's a 15 against a righty. It's going to stay up there. And the right fielder, Singleton, is going to have room to get it. He'll make the play and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Royals. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got a 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. Tomorrow night is Friday Night Baseball. We know anything can happen on a Friday night. We go from 2 division leaders here, well, one of them just a little bit behind, to 2 other division leaders in the National League. We're going to the Astrodome for July 16th. The Philadelphia Phillies will take on the Houston Astros. Bob Walk will be pitching for the Phillies, and Ken Forsch will be pitching for the Astros, a battle of 2 division leaders in the National League. Is that a possible NLCS? Is that a possible NLCS preview? Who knows? But a big game tomorrow night. The Phillies and the Astros here on the network. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Royals lead 5-0 on the Orioles. And Rich Dower leads off for the O's. He's 0 for 1. He's 0 for 2, but reached on an error. Gura will pitch. Gura, 6-5 against a righty. Walk, 17 is high. Dower, 3-6, and he grounds it right back to Gura. And Gura will go ahead and take care of that, toss it over for the out. Next up is Singleton. Singleton is 0 for 1 with a walk. Gura will pitch. Gura, 7-8. That's an automatic out. It'll be a ground ball to second base, picked up there by Frank White. And the throw goes over, 2 down. And now here's Murray. Murray is 0 for 2. You kind of think he's due. Gura will pitch. Gura, 8-1, strikeout, 5, swing and a miss, struck him out. Gura will get his 5th K, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Orioles, 5-0 after 7. Yeah, Friday the 13th game. We go to the top of the 8th. And it will be John Watson leading off for the Royals. He is 1 for 3 with a triple. Ford will stay on the mound. Ford will pitch. Ford, 7-4. And against a righty, it's a blank. Watson, 8-7. And that's a grounder to second base. That'll be taken care of there by Takata. And he'll throw it over for out number 1. Next batter is Akins. Akins is 1 for 3 with a bomb. Ford will pitch. Ford, 5-1 against the lefty. Strikeout, got Akins. Ford will get a K. Ford had 22 strikeouts in 80, 2 down. And now here's White. White is 1 for 3 with a trip with a single. Ford will deal. You say Sakata, I say Sakata, right? Ford, 2-7. Possible home run against a righty. White needs a 2. +1 from Ford makes him a 3. That's a 6. It's too high. White, 2-3. And he'll just hit a comebacker to the pitcher. Ford will go ahead and get that. And he'll toss it over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Royals. We go to the bottom of the 8th. With a 5-run lead, Gura will continue to pitch. Why not? And Benny Ayala will lead off for B-More. He is 0 for 2. Gura will deal. Gura, 5-6. It's a blank. Ayala, an 8-1. That's a grounder to second base. That'll be handled by White. And White's got it, throws it over for out number 1. Next batter is May. May is 0 for 2. Gura will deal. Gura, 4-1 against the righty. It's a blank. May, 3-6, and he popped it up. Pop fly ball to short, and UL Washington says he has it for out number 2. And now Dempsey. Dempsey is 0 for 2. 5-0 Royals. Gura in complete command of the game. Gura will pitch. Gura, 1-4, strikeout 12. That just missed. Dempsey, 3-2. It's a ground ball to third. That'll get picked up there by Brett. He throws to first, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Royals. And the Royals have a 5-0 lead after 8. We go to the 9th. Top of the 9th inning. Ford will pit. Ford, he will stay on the mound, I guess. And Rusty Torres leads off for the Royals. They're going to leave him in there. Torres is going to stay in the game. He is 0 for 3, though. And let's see. Although Torres is better against, got 3 switch hitters coming up. And let's see. Torres is better against righties, and Washington is better against righties. So, no, against lefties. Ford's going to stay out there. It's a 5-0 lead. Ford will pitch. Ford, 6-1. Wild pitch. It's a blank. Torres, 4-8. That's a fly out to left field. And that'll be an easy play for Ayala. And that is out number 1. Next batter is Wilson. Wilson is 3 for 4, 2 doubles and a triple. Ford will pitch. Ford, 7-5 against the switch left. That's going to be an automatic out. It'll be grounded to short, handled by Kiko Garcia. And that will be out number 2. And now here's Washington. Washington is 0 for 3 with a walk. Ford will go ahead and he will pitch. Ford, 5-1 against the switch left. Strikeout 3. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and that'll retire the side. So Dave Ford has done a heck of a job for coming in. But the Royals have a 5-0 lead going into the bottom of the 9th. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Larry Gura is going to try to go for the complete game. And Kiko Garcia is the batter. Question is, am I going to let him hit here? He's lousy at the plate. Garcia is the shortstop. Not that great a hitter. Gura's a lefty, so has the most pinch hits against lefties on the bench. That's Mark Corey. I think he's going to get the call. Garcia's going to come out of the game, and coming on to pinch hit for the Orioles will be Mark Corey. 278 average, 1 homer, 2 RBIs. Mark Corey will pinch hit, which means I'll need a shortstop if this game goes any further. Bottom of the 9th, 5-0 Royals. Gura will pitch. Gura, 5-2. That's a pitcher result. That's a 12 against a righty. It's going to be a blank. Corey, a 7-7, and he popped it up. Pop fly ball to second base. And that's going to be caught by White, and that's out number 1. Next batter is Sakata. Sakata, a lousy batting average. Question is he gonna bat? He's the second baseman. Do I have another second baseman on the board? The answer is Dower could move to second. But let me see. Do I have another guy with pinch hits? And the answer is yes. I could use Belanger. He has 1 though. DeCinces has 3. And I'm going to use DeCinces. Sakata coming out of the game. And coming on to pinch hit for the Orioles will be Doug DeCinces. 249 average, 16 homers, 64 RBIs. He'll go up against. So now he needs a shortstop and a second baseman if this game goes any further. 1 out. Gura will pitch to DeCinces. Gura, 4-1 against the righty. It's a blank. DeCinces, 2-7. And it's a line drive right to short. That's gloved by Washington. That's out number 2. DeCinces will probably come in and play third base. Or can he play? No. DeCinces, well, I'll see what I does with him. And the last chance for the Orioles is Al Bumbry. Bumbry is 0 for 3. Gura will pitch to him. 2 men down. 5-0 Royals. Royals trying to go ahead. Royals trying to go ahead here and get the win. Fans here at Memorial Stadium hoping Bumbry can keep it going. Gura sets aside and he will pitch. Gura, 8-8, walk. 18 is high. Bumbry, 7-7. And it's a fly ball to center field. Going after that is Amos Otis. He takes 2 steps to his left. Puts out his glove, blop, and we have a no-hitter. Gura is mobbed at the mound. We have a no-hitter. Our first no-hitter in inside pitch history. A no-hitter. And here is your scorecard. The only ones was an error and a walk. 1 error and 1 walk. We have our first no-hitter in inside pitch advanced history. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to jinx it. We have a no-hitter for Larry Gura. Larry Gura pitches a no-hitter for the Royals, a 5-0 win. And Larry Gura gets a no-hitter for the Kansas City Royals, our first ever no-hitter on inside pitch advanced and my first ever no-hitter in inside pitch, period. A no-hitter for Larry Gura. The only runners was an error. Was an error on George Brett, and he gave up a walk, and that was it. A no-hitter for Larry Gura. You guys just watched me roll a no-hitter for the first time since payoff pitch with Bill Swift. Larry Gura now gets the Larry no-hitter Gura. Larry Gura, a no-hitter. Incredible. I finally did it. Finally got a no-hitter in inside pitch. Check again the scorecard. I'm trying to tell you it doesn't lie. The only base runners, it was 2 runners. It was 2 base runners of a perfect game. 1 on error on Brett and a walk to Singleton, and that was it. Nobody else got even past second. Nobody else got past anyone. Larry Gura, a no-hitter, and I don't care what anybody says. This is the game of the year. We don't have to choose a game of the year candidate. We already have it. Final line score coming up. I didn't want to jinx it. I did not want to jinx it. I come so close to getting no hitters and inside pitch. I've had a whole bunch of one hitters. I didn't want to jinx it. For the Royals, 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. For the Orioles, no runs, no hits, no errors. The winning pitcher is Larry Gura. He'll get the win, a complete game, and a no-hitter. Did he ever pitch one? I don't know. Did Larry Gura ever pitch a no-hitter? I don't know if he ever did. I don't know if he ever pitched a no-hitter. Mike Flanagan will take the loss in the game. The Royals will go to 58-26. The Orioles dropped to 52-30. I don't think Gura ever threw a no-hitter. I don't know. Someone will have to check. But Larry Gura gets mugged on the mound by the Royals as he gets a no-hitter and my first ever no-hitter in inside pitch. And we're still not done. 10-minute ticker is next. I wanted to bring it up. I really did, but I mean, if I have another chance at another no-hitter, I'll probably bring it up. But my first ever no-hitter in inside pitch. I had to keep it quiet, guys. I had to keep it quiet. Forgive me, I had to keep it quiet. First ever no-hitter. And you saw me roll it. Gura did not have a no-hitter in his career. The only no-hitter in the 19th season was Jerry Royce for the Dodgers against the Giants. But you saw me roll it, guys. You saw me roll it. First ever no-hitter for me in inside pitch. First ever no-hitter I've ever rolled in this game. I knew sooner or later I'd do it, but I didn't think it'd be tonight with the Royals and the Orioles. First ever no-hitter. You have no problem with mentioning it, but we're wondering why you were screaming with the last out. Because I knew. Because I knew. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Royals go ahead and blank the Orioles 5-0. The Orioles didn't even get nothing. An error. They reached on an error and a walk, and that was it. Only 2 base runners short of a perfect game. Detroit at Boston. Tigers 22-16, and that is 3. Red Sox 11-23, and that is also 3. They'll go to extras. Detroit rolls a 1. -2 is -1. Boston rolls a 5. +1 is 6. That will be a win for the Red Sox. Oakland and California. Athletics 13-23, and that is 3. Angels 10-51, and that is 5. That'll be a win for the Angels. Yankees at the White Sox. Yankees 15-45, and that is 6. White Sox -425, and that's only 1. It'll be a win for the Yanks. Seattle at Minnesota. Mariners 3-41, and that is 3. Twins 14-51, and that is 6. A win for the Twins. Cleveland at Texas. Yes, Roy Face passed away. That is correct. He did. Rest in peace to him. Cleveland 12-51, and that's 6. Rangers 18-23, and that is 4. That's a win for the Indians. Milwaukee at Toronto in a doubleheader. Brewers 24-14. Wow, they only get 3. Blue Jays 135, and that is 3. And they actually have to go to extras. Both teams roll a 4. Milwaukee's a -4. Toronto is a +1. That will be a win for the Blue Jays. Game number 2. Brewers 17-12, and that is 1. Blue Jays 555, and that is 5, a win for the Blue Jays. Giants and the Reds. Giants 215, that is 1. Reds 1063, that is 7, and that game belongs to the Reds. Braves and the Astros in a doubleheader. Braves 724, that is 2. Astros 931, that is 3. The Astros take the first. Braves 141, that is 3. Astros 465, that's 7, a win for the Stros. Cubs and the Expos. Cubs 713, that is 1. Expos 1164, and that is 8. And that is a win for the Expos. Cardinals and the Mets. Can my Mets get a win? Cardinals 16. Cardinals 1652, and that is 6. Mets 1165, that's 9. The Mets will get the first win. Cardinals 1313, that is 1. Mets 1614, that is 2. My Mets get 2 happy recaps. Sky must be falling. Pirates and the Phillies. Pirates 935, that is 4. Phillies 1032, and that is 3. That's a raise the Jolly Roger. Dodgers and the Padres. Dodgers 922, that is 2. Padres 313, and that is 1. No, 313, that's 0. It's a win for the Dodgers. July 14th, Kansas City at Baltimore. Royals 935, and that is 4. Orioles 1431, and that is also 4, and they're going to extras. Royals roll a 3, plus 1 is 4. Baltimore 5, minus 1 is 4. It's a tie, which means Baltimore will win. Detroit at Boston. Tigers 1946, that is 7. Red Sox 2115, that is 3, and that's a win for Detroit. Oakland at California. Athletics 1462, that's 8. Angels 616, that is 1. It's a win for the A's. Yankees and the White Sox. Yankees 2432, and that is 5. White Sox 1466, that's 11. They'll get the win. Seattle at Minnesota. Mariners 1063, that is 7. Twins 832, that is 3. And that's a win for the M's. Cleveland at Texas. Indians 2311, that's 1. Rangers 1414, that is 2. No, 1414, yeah, that's 2, and they will win it. Milwaukee at Toronto. Brewers 1165, that's 9. Blue Jays 614, that is 1, a win for the Brew Crew. Giants and the Reds. Giants 563, that is 6. Reds 1065, that is 9. That game belongs to the Reds. Braves and the Astros. Braves minus 145, that's 3. Astros 466, that's 9. Another win for the Stros. Pirates and the Phillies. Pirates 1714, that is 2. Phillies 1064, that is 8. A win for the Phils. Dodgers and the Padres. Dodgers 821, and that is 2. Padres 1264, that is 8. And a win for the Friars. On to July 15th, Kansas City at Boston. Royals 1544, and that is 5. Red Sox 1125, and that is 3. A win for the Royals. Cleveland at California. Indians 1231, that is 4. Angels 1112, that's 1, and that'll be a win for Cleveland. Baltimore at Milwaukee. Orioles 1314, that is 2. Brewers 12-53, and that is 6. That's a win for the Brew Crew. Minnesota at the Yankees. Twins 4-52, and that's 4. Yankees 14-21, and that is 3. That's a win for the Twins. White Sox and the Rangers. White Sox 3-55, that is 5. Rangers 5-41, and that is 3. That's a win for White Sox. Mets and the Braves. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 8-13, and that is 1. Braves 5-12, that's 0. Wow, my Mets had 3 happy recaps tonight. Dodgers and the Cubs. Dodgers 13-13, that is 1. Cubs 5-43, and that will be 4. Expos and the Reds. Expos 9-31, and that is 3. Reds 7-42, and that is 4. Another game belongs to the Reds. Phillies and the Astros. Phillies 8-45, that is 5. We got these two tomorrow night, by the way. Astros 6-64, that is 7. And the Stros will get the win. Giants and the Pirates. Giants 6-63, that's 7. Pirates 11-54, and that is 6. And the G-Men get the win. Padres and the Cardinals. Padres 7-16, that's 2. Cardinals 12-34, and that is 4. That's a win for the Redbirds. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow will be July 16th. We will be at the Astrodome. Philadelphia Phillies at Houston Astros. Bob Walk for the Phillies. Ken Forsch for the Astros. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. I'm pretty sure my first ever no-hitter deserves it. At least an inside pitch. Subscribe if you're not done so, and make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Kansas City Royals shut out the Baltimore Orioles 5-0. Orioles, no runs, no hits, no errors. Larry Gura will now forever be known as Larry No-Hitter Gura. No-hitter here at RJO Network, and this is the game of the year. I don't think any game will beat this. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Have a good one.